Public Television, KTCA-TV, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Channel 2.
It takes two.
There are 3,647 pushpins in this Square One logo. How many of them are red? That's the question we asked the kids in our studio audience. The one who made the closest estimate will compete today on Close Call. Yeah, all right. That's right. I'm Reggie Cathy, and welcome to Close Call. And now let me introduce you to the host of our show, the man who's the chief estimator himself, Mr. Arthur Howard.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, you're wonderful. Thank you, Reggie, and welcome, everybody. Now let's meet our contestants. You are?
Mark.
And how old are you, Mark?
13.
13. And you are?
Joanne.
Joanne. And how old are you?
12.
12. And you are?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. And how old are you?
11.
11. Interesting. Okay, now remember, before the show, we told our studio audience that there are 3,647 pushpins in this Square One logo. We then asked them to estimate how many of them are red. Now, the actual answer is, you ready? 588. Yeah. Now, look, we had a tie. Two of you estimated 599. Giddy Bogman and Jason Porras. So we had to ask them. We had to ask them to draw it out of a hat. And the winner of the hat draw was Giddy Bogman. Would you join us down here? Where are you? Giddy? Giddy, oh, here's she. Yeah, join us down here. We have a, give her room. Give her room. Congratulations. Did you think you were going to win? Did you think you were going to lose? Are you excited? Okay, are you all ready to play Close Call? Yeah. Okay. Cynthia, would you help me out? Everyone, this is Cynthia Darlow.
Hi.
And this is a pair of boxer shorts. Now, when the curtain opens, I'm going to ask the contestants a question. The question probably has something to do with boxer shorts. Maybe it has something to do with quantum physics. We'll find out. Okay, I'm then going to give you 10 seconds to make an estimate. And the one who comes closest wins the round. You ready to play? Are we ready?
Just about.
Let's go. Curtain, please. Okay, here's the first question. How many boxer shorts are on this clothesline? You have 10 seconds to give me an estimate of how many boxer shorts are on this clothesline. This is the original spin-dry method here. Very good, Cynthia.
Thanks, Arthur.
Okay, write down your estimates. The time is up. Did you all write them down? Okay. Mark, what is your estimate? Show me it, please. What is it? 350. Okay, and Joanne? Let me hear it.
380.
380. And Elizabeth?
44.
44. And a very small?
69.
69. And the actual answer is 64. So, Giddy, you did it again. Okay, I'm going to push you over here. This is our playoff circle. I'm going to get back to you in a second, okay? Now, the three of you are going to play again, and we're going to find out who Giddy is going to play against in the finals. Are you ready? Okay. Beverly, would you come out here, please?
Yes.
Everyone, this is Beverly Mickens. Very nice. And what do you have there, Beverly? A sandwich. What kind of sandwich is it?
Spam and Velveeta.
Oh, again? Good, good. Okay, here's our question. This is for you. Notice, by the way, the size of it, okay? That's important. Okay, you ready? Curtain, please. The question is, how many pieces of this size could you cut from this huge hero sandwich? You have 10 seconds to write down your estimates. How many pieces of this size could you cut from this hero sandwich? Okay, time is up. Mark, would you show us your estimate? 35, okay. And Joanne?
58.
58. And Elizabeth?
51.
51. Well, let's find out the actual answer. I think we need a special ruler of some sort. Cynthia, do you have anything back there? The pickle ruler. Okay, and as you can see, the actual answer is 68. So the winner is, the judges are figuring out, is Joanne with 58. Congratulations. Okay, Giddy and Joanne, you are our finalists. The winner of this round is today's champion. Are you ready to play? Okay, I want you to focus on these bleachers over here, because these people are going to help us out. Now, before the show, we gave everyone cards. Some of the cards have square one stickers on them, and some of them are blank. The question is, what % of the cards have the square one stickers on them? Okay, now let's help them out. Everyone, raise the cards up. Right, yeah, okay, get them out. Good, good, okay, everyone raise them up. Good, good. Okay, now everyone down. Now, everyone just with the square one stickers, just the square one stickers, raise them up. Terrific, and down. And everyone with the other cards, the blank cards, raise them up. And down. And to help them one more time, everyone with all the cards, up. Okay, and down. Okay, the question again was, what %, we want a %, what % of the cards say square one? Okay, you have 10 seconds to write down your estimates. Well done over here, good bleacher. Okay, Giddy, what is your estimate?
59%.
59%, and Joanne?
30%.
30, okay, well, it happens that the answer is 60%. You were very, very close. Great game. For the runners-up, we have Square One TV sweatshirts. For our winner, we have a Square One TV sweater, which is very, very nice. And that's it for today. See you next time. This is Arthur Howard. Bye-bye. Very good.
Aha, a telephone call. It's either my darling mother or that man with a low voice who tries to sell me encyclopedias made entirely out of suet. Hello? It's you, Mommy Dearest. What? Tell you something you don't already know? Well, okay. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Oh, you do sound upset. Oh, you broke your pencil figuring out a problem on Square One TV? Well, that's a shame. Yes, you probably will need pencil and paper for upcoming segments of the show. It's always a good idea to watch the show with a pad and pencil nearby. No, I don't know what you should do. Here's a thought. Why don't you use the Mother's Day present I sent you?
What?
What was it? Well, a box of crayons, of course.
Oh, with a summer crayons and with summer flowers.
Oh, you thought they were cheap wax flowers. And you watered them and put them in the sun, and they melted. Well, you can try it.
Huh.
Goodbye, Mommy Dearest. Until she gets a new pencil, she's going to use a typewriter. What a guy.
Now, Arthur, I have something very special I want you to do. I'm going to write a number down on here, a secret number. All right?
I'm not looking.
Not looking. I'll put that down. Now, you write any number from 1 to 9, and don't let me see what it is. I'll look the other way. Okay?
Okay,
put it down there.
Done.
Okay, now put it down.
Okay.
And I'll put that over here. Now, this is what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to see how good a mathematician you really are.
I'm very good.
I want you to do these calculations in your head.
In my head, okay.
Okay? Now, double your number.
Done.
Add 2.
That's done too.
Okay. Now, multiply by 5.
Multiply by 5?
By 5.
Okay, I'm very fast at this. Okay.
Okay, now subtract 6
Okay,
and tell me the answer.
74.
You see? I knew that's what you would say because I had
Oh.
it down there, 74.
Wow. How'd you do that?
Well, I'll explain. You see, your number was 7.
Right.
And by doubling it and multiplying by 5 is the same as multiplying by 10, which gives 70. So your number gives the tens digit. Now, 2 times 5 minus 6 is always 4, so no matter what number you pick, in the end, the ones digit is 4. Remember now, when you do this, always write the secret number, 4, on a slip of paper or birch bark or whatever's handy, and hide it. Then ask the tricky to think of any number from 1 to 9 and write it down. Now here's the next step. Ask your friend to double his number. Then add 2, multiply by 5, then subtract 6. Place the 2 number cards next to each other with your card in the ones position. Ask your friend for the result, and when he tells you, turn over both cards, and there you'll have it.
Mr. Blackstone,
Well, yes, Reggie.
the talking dog has laryngitis and he can't go on. We need you now.
Oh, well, I guess the cat got his tongue.
Okay. Hello? Who? What? Wait a second. You're gonna let me make up a mathematics problem and you're telling me that the answer will be 3. How do you know if I'm going to make it up that the answer is always 3? Trust you. Okay. Shoot. Write down a number. Okay. Add 5 to it. Okay. Now, double that. It's going to be 3. I don't know about this. Okay, it's doubled. Subtract 4. Wait, I'm not so good at subtraction. Okay, now what? Divide by 2. Okay. Huh? Now subtract the first number I wrote down. Okay. And you're saying that the answer is 3. It is 3. That is amazing. Hello? Hello? She hung up on me. I'm gonna have to try this again. I'm gonna use a different number. Okay, I'll just 7. 7, and then it was plus 5, I think, yeah. Okay, then I double that. 24, I don't know. Then it was minus 4. 20. Then I divide by 2. And then then I subtract the first number I wrote down, and the answer is 3. How about that? Boy, I'm gonna have to tell the Queen of England next time she calls. Just pick a number, add 5, double that, subtract 4, divide by 2, and then subtract the first number I wrote down. Boy, oh boy, what do you know? And then the answer is always 3. Oh. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hi, Uranus. Yeah. How's Di? Yeah, I know those hats. What are you going to do? You know, I'm glad you called. You got a pencil? Okay, now write down a number. Yeah, any number. Yeah? Now add 5 to it.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Wednesday, 12:43 p.m., and the smog that normally blankets the LA basin had been obscured by heavy fog which blew in from the ocean and mixed with low clouds, making seeing a sight for sore eyes. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Frankley. Head of our computer division is Debbie Williams. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. We've been working on the case of the Deceptive Data, and it was one which had gotten curiouser and curiouser. We decided to go over some scenes in living color from earlier episodes to see if the review would uncover a new approach for our problem-solving heuristics. A very popular children's television program called The Mike Pliers Show had been canceled, and Mike, Jerry Lynn, a rabid fan, and George were outraged. The show had suddenly become very unpopular, according to the television ratings. We explained the rating system to Jerry and a process used called sampling.
Well, Jerry, if you wanted to find out how many people were watching a particular program, say that funny sitcom called I Thought It Was Your Nose, you couldn't very well go and ask everyone in Los Angeles.
There are more than 13 million people in this area.
So what do they do?
They sample the population carefully.
Then what?
Then they ask the small group what show they were watching. They use those answers to estimate what the entire group is watching, and it's pretty darn accurate.
We went to the ratings company to see how their sampling technique worked. Mr. Wellworth Watching of the Hoover Ratings Service had Jerry Lynn try an experiment. Jerry was blindfolded and asked to pick 1,000 flat marbles from a large container filled with green and yellow ones. She couldn't see what color she was getting, and George counted them when she was finished. She had picked 284 green marbles. When that data was placed on a chart indicating 20 previous tries, it fell within a range from 270 to 330. It proved to us that the sample was accurate within a 3% margin of error, 19 out of 20 times.
Exactly. And that's precisely how we measure TV ratings.
Well, I certainly hope you don't lose your marbles.
There are 13 million people in the greater Los Angeles area.
And they all shop at my mall on Saturday.
Yeah. They live in what we call TV households.
Is that the new condominium complex in Agoura?
There are millions of TV households, and we sample them carefully, just as you did the marbles, and estimate what the entire group is watching.
How many people are there in your sample?
450.
So 450 people can indicate what 13 million people are watching?
Yes, with an average accuracy of about 3% either way in the ratings.
That's a mind blower.
We figured that the ratings were accurate and that for some reason the Mike Plyer show had become a bomb. Then we got a phone call. Mr. O.L. Hoover, president of the ratings company, asked to have a secret meeting. He told us someone had broken into his computer system and may have altered the ratings.
When do you think the break-in occurred, Mr. Hoover?
I know exactly when it occurred. 24 days ago, 9:43 p.m. It was recorded in the computer.
After George and I talked to most of the people who had access to the Hoover Company computer, we checked with Debbie, who was busy analyzing the ratings data.
Everything seems to go along rather smoothly. No big changes, except...
Except me. Boy, I'm line F. Did I take a nosedive?
You sure did, Mike. And look there. The Vicious Vinny show took off about the time you started to drop.
Vicious Vinny was Mike's competition for the children of Los Angeles. His show was abominable, but popular.
When did you say this computer break-in happened?
Mr. Hoover said it was 3.5 weeks ago.
Look when it happened.
Just when the ratings changed.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you soon. That was Mr. Hoover. He said we should meet him.
Same place?
Yes. And Debbie, if you can meet with Mr. Hoover, George and I will...
Brief the chief.
And we'll meet you at the garage.
Sure thing, Kate. Mike, we'll call you as soon as we hear anything.
Thanks, Mathnetters. I really enjoy watching you work.
Why, thank you, Mike. From a private eye, that's high praise.
I've never seen anyone solve mysteries without a script.
Come on, George. The chief is waiting. We brought the chief up to speed, and he gave us his blessings.
Good luck.
We arrived at the secret meeting as Debbie was finishing her presentation to the president of the Hoover Ratings Service.
So you can see, Mr. Hoover, this is a very unusual happening.
Yes, it is, Miss Williams.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Oh, your Miss Williams has found an interesting glitch in our ratings.
Glitch?
A bump in the charts. Something out of the ordinary. But I don't think it proves that the numbers have been tampered with.
Why do you say that, sir?
The numbers add up. The sample is the same 450 households we've been using for the last 6 months.
One other thing I found that is quite unusual.
What's that?
Notice that Vicious Vinny's viewership has gone up more than Mike Plyer's ratings ever were.
So?
So I analyzed all that data on a demographic basis. You know, age, income, sex, education. About 20% of Vicious Vinny's audience is age 55 and above.
He must appeal to old folks for some reason. Although I can't imagine what that appeal would be.
Mr. Hoover, perhaps someone has gotten to the sample families themselves. Is that possible?
I can't imagine how.
Do the families that make up your sample know their viewing habits are being recorded?
Oh, yes. We put together a sample to represent the Los Angeles population. Then we go to their homes and install a small electronic box to their TV sets.
Maybe something went wrong with the boxes.
No, each one is tamper-resistant.
What does the box do, Mr. Hoover?
It doesn't do anything. It just sits there on the television set.
What Kate means is...
Oh! The box is hooked into our computer system, and our computers read when the set is turned on, and to which channel it is tuned. And all those numbers check out.
If it isn't the numbers...
And it isn't the electronic boxes.
And it isn't the computers.
Maybe it's the sample.
Mr. Hoover, may we have a list of your HRS families so we can interview them?
Those names are totally secret. No one is to know who they are. Why, if their names got out to the general public, havoc could be wreaked.
Yes, sir. But if we want to get to the bottom of this mystery...
Oh, this is highly irregular.
Yes, sir.
This is the list.
This is a list of 8 homes which watch the Vicious Vinny show. And don't you tell anyone where you got it.
We've got work to do, George. Let's roll. We made appointments with the people on the list which Mr. Hoover had provided. What we found out from the first person we talked to was that he didn't watch the Vicious Vinny show, although the computer said he did. And Mr. Average, Mr. Joseph Average.
The Vicious Vinny show. I watched it once.
Once? That's all?
Yeah. Now at 6:30 I watch monotone news. Not as good as the show I used to watch.
What show was that?
Mike Plyers. Loved that show. When it went off, I almost wrote a letter to my congressman.
But you didn't?
Nah. I have a lot of trouble writing. He has a lot of trouble reading.
It seemed odd that Vicious Vinny was not watched in a home the computer recorded as a viewer. We hurried to the next house.
Hello, young lady.
Hello, middle-aged man.
Can we ask you a question?
You appear capable.
Why do you watch the Vicious Vinny show?
I don't.
You don't watch the Vicious Vinny show?
It's dog meat.
You certainly have strong opinions.
What do you watch from 6:30 to 7?
Since they took Mike Plyers off, I watched that nature show. It could be now on.
You watched Mike Plyers?
Religiously.
When you're surrounded by creeps and liars, grab your decoder and call Mike Plyers.
The next several interviews were exactly the same. None of these so-called viewers was viewing. Everyone the computer recorded as watching Vicious Vinny said they were watching something else.
Kate, that's the 7th person we've talked to, and all the stories are the same so far.
I can't figure it, George. We need more facts.
Hello, group. What are you selling? Obviously, it's not door-to-door fashions.
I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly,
Mathnet.
I'm Myrna Breckenspan, octogenarian. The late mister had a badge like that. Got it off a dead snake handler at a Rotarian luncheon. What can I do for you?
We'd like to talk to you about your television viewing habits.
Shoot. You married, honey?
Yes, ma'am, but it was kind of you to inquire.
I wasn't inquiring for me. It's for a friend of mine who's into falconry. Needs a date for the Sadie Hawkins square dance, and you look well qualified.
We noticed you're an avid viewer of the Vicious Vinny Vermin show from 6:30 to 7 every day.
Are you kidding? That show is so bad, it shouldn't be allowed in the home.
But you do watch it.
Never. I turned it on once and couldn't look at it. It's awful. No, I watched the monotone news from 6:30 to 7. That is, ever since they took Mike Plyer's show off.
You watched Mike Plyer's?
One of the finest, most sensitive, entertaining shows on TV. He was so wonderful. He made Mr. Rogers look like a cat bungler.
You made cat burglar.
Cat bungler. Take a look at him.
Well, thanks for your time, Mrs. Breckenspan.
That's okay, but I wish you'd tell those Hoover researchers to leave me alone. I'm getting tired of this semi-constant harassment.
Oh? The Hoover people have been bothering you?
A fellow was here a few weeks ago and had to fiddle with my TV set.
What'd he look like?
Kind of nondescript, about your height, weight, bland features, dark hair.
Uh-huh.
One thing I noticed, he was wearing a uniform, but it had a vest.
A 3-piece uniform?
Yep, and a pocket watch with a Kappa Beta Phi key.
Did he have a mustache?
Nope, not a follicle of facial fuzz.
Do you mind if we look at your television set?
Why? Don't you have one of your own?
Kate.
George.
Someone has broken the seal. You know what this means?
My cat could be next.
Someone could have altered the ratings.
"100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation, the U.S. Department of Education, and the Carnegie Corporation of New York.
An angry boy from the streets meets an eccentric artist.
That's good, Jock.
This.
And helps him complete his lifelong dream. But not everyone shares their dream.
It is time to let these things come down before they fall down and kill someone.
Alan Orbis, Carmen Zapata, and Michael McKean in Daniel and the Towers on WonderWorks.
Saturday night at 7 here on Channel 2.
Hi, I'm David Heil. Next time on Newton's Apple, horse jumping. The dynamics of beauty and power.
You allow the horse to jump. You follow him and go with him and follow the movement.
Astronaut Jeff Hoffman combines work and play.
It looks almost like slow motion, doesn't it?
And meet a bird that could ambush a banana.
Ooh, good catch.
Yeah. Join us on the next Newton's Apple.
KTCA's own Newton's Apple, Sunday night at 7:30. You're watching KTCA TV, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Channel 2.
It takes two.
Sesame Street.